Back. It is 6:47. Hope you're having a great start on this Thursday. Heating up pretty quickly out there. The weather's changing a little bit.
It is a little bit. I mean, that's part of the reason for the heat up is because we're losing some of the moisture in the air, and it's all because we're transitioning, getting ready for that transition to fall. It may not feel like it, but the signs are certainly there. Here's just one example. We're starting to get a few more cold fronts coming in from the northeast, and this is when we start to see that second spike in severe weather. Typically, severe weather comes during the spring. That's when we get most of our severe weather. And then during the fall, as things start to change up and when we transition from the summertime, you start getting more of these fronts. And when these fronts come in, that's when you have the colder air aloft. And so storms become more explosive. You get more damaging wind, and you typically get more hail too. And so we're seeing this become a little bit more frequent. And so that's just one of the signs that we are getting closer to fall. Also, storm track during the summertime, it usually retreats up north, getting closer to Canada. But then it starts taking a dip every now and again. And actually next week, we're going to see that happen. And we're going to see a storm system that could get close to us. Right now, it looks like it's going to pass by to our north, but we are definitely seeing that trend too, with the storm track starting to dip farther south. And then also, temperature-wise at night, we start to see things cool off, and we're starting to see that happen too, especially up in the mountains, places like Red River, Eagle Nest, and Angel Fire, starting to get those lows back down into the upper 30s, those crisp mornings. So right now it does feel a little hot, but it is, again, because we're transitioning out of monsoon season. We're losing that moisture, and when you lose the moisture that's in the air, temperatures are a lot more dramatic. They'll be warmer in the daytime and then cooler at night. Here's a look at what's happening right now. A beautiful start to the day. Balloons out enjoying the nice calm weather this morning, and not feeling too bad either. We're at 66 degrees here in Albuquerque. As we go through the day, we are going to warm very quickly, and we're going to see those highs back into the low 90s. Up in the northern mountains again, starting to see some of the crisp mornings. Look at Angel Fire at 39 degrees this morning. Other areas over in the Jemez Mountains in the 40s and 50s, not quite as cool, down toward Rosiata, starting off in the mid 40s. So a nice crisp start for some of you this morning up in the northern mountains. Everyone else nice and mild, and then get ready for a hotter day today. Fewer storms around. Up in northeast New Mexico, we'll see very spotty activity. This is where we'll see most of the action, but we may see a few storms down in the southwest and the higher terrain there, and of course in the mountains. Albuquerque, probably not seeing any storms today. Four Corners, very dry, so we'll see just a lot of sunshine up that way. As we go into the weekend, first half of the weekend, we're going to continue with this pattern with temperatures staying above average. Few storms around, mainly just sticking to the mountains. But by Sunday and really going into early next week, we'll start to see high pressure back off a bit, and that's going to mean more moisture coming into central and western New Mexico, looking a little bit more like monsoonal weather, and that will mean more storms around and actually a little bit of a cool off too. But for now, getting into a drier trend. Southern Colorado, mostly sunny skies today, highs in the mid 80s. It is going to be quite warm for you for the next few days. But finally, some moisture could mean some rain by Sunday. Better chances for storms early next week, and finally cooling off too, back to the upper 70s for highs next week. Northwest New Mexico, same thing. Sunny and very warm through the weekend, and then next week cooling off a little bit with more moisture around. Down the southwest, a few stray storms again are possible here and there this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, but rain chances staying slim into the weekend. Down in the southeast, storm chances will stick around here. This is where we have some of our more moist air, and so we'll keep that chance for storms each afternoon, but next week drying out a little bit. Temperatures will stay in the 90s for highs. Northeast New Mexico, we'll see the chance for more storms, probably scattered storms this afternoon. Some of you will see a little rain today, and then it gets a little spottier for tomorrow. For the northern mountains, more stray storms, but very few and far between. Santa Fe probably won't see any storms for the next few days, but next week looking better for you as we cool things off. East Mountains, slight chance for a storm in the afternoon. Probably won't see it here either. Highs in the 80s, and for the metro area, the heat, the big story here. Highs in the low to mid 90s. And we're going to see more of that through Saturday, Sunday. More moisture will mean cooler temperatures, and then we'll see better storm chances for next week.
Okay, yeah, it looks pretty comfortable. 84 in
yeah,
August.
it's going to feel comfortable compared to where we are right now, that's for sure.
No doubt. All right, thank you, Kristen.